It's the Republic on the CW31. Tonight's matchup between Sacramento and Vancouver is brought to you by UC Davis Health. Welcome inside Papa Murphy's Park alongside Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister. These two teams heading in opposite directions in Vancouver. These Whitecaps have become merely a snowflake. This is a club that has not picked up a win in 9 matches. Meanwhile, Sacramento not only grabbing headlines off the field, but on it as well. A front runner for MLS expansion. Republic, Kevin, haven't lost since early June.
Early June's right. June 14th, in fact, Rob, against Vancouver as well. And if you go back and take a look at that game, we saw a lot of great play that really kind of catapulted Sacramento into this recent run of form. Vancouver came out early in that game, scored an early goal by Taryn Campbell. Sacramento answered very nicely with 2 unanswered goals to pick up the 3 points and start this 5-game unbeaten streak. Ochoa,
Caesar each scoring in that one. Paul Buckle would like to see that again here tonight. No doubt about it, would be keys to a successful evening. Let's take a look now at our consolidated communications matchup. And let's take a look here as we begin to 2 key players you're going to want to keep an eye on here this evening. We begin with Vancouver, and we're going to go with Thomas Sander, 4 goals on the season out of Indianapolis, a very young, solid player.
Yeah, Princeton kid, really high hopes. Carl Robinson, Vancouver's head coach, has for this kid. 36 overall pick. I mean, a lot of expectations, but he needs to find himself consistently in the games and scoring goals and finding himself in good positions, and tonight's a great opportunity for him. And I think for Vancouver to have a good game, Thomas Sander's going to need to have a fantastic game tonight.
Well, for Sacramento, we turn to number 19, Trevin Caesar. 6 goals on the season, leads the Republic on the year. He has been playing great as of late.
And to tell you what, he's the most important player in my mind for Sacramento on the pitch tonight. He spreads the game, provides depth, and stretches the pitch for Sacramento. And that's when they're at their most dangerous, is when Trevin Caesar's running in behind the back four of opposition. So we need him tonight to continue to do that.
All right, it's going to be a great one here. It's the Whitecaps 2. It's the Republic here on the CW31. We'll have your starting 11s coming up right after this.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice, restore sight to those who otherwise would not see, empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
You each drive a Ford pickup, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you a next generation pickup.
Awesome. Let's do this.
The bed is made of high-strength steel, which is less susceptible to punctures than aluminum.
The stronger, the better.
And best of all, this new truck is actually
Oh, my.
the current Chevy Silverado.
It's the Chevy Summer Drive. Get a total value of $9,600 or get 0% financing for 60 months on this Silverado All-Star. See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice, restore sight to those who otherwise would not see, empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis Health System.
Días de lo bueno.
Bethany, ¿por qué estás aquí?
He regresado.
Te dije que nunca volvieras.
Sí, pero he regresado.
What's going on here?
Bethany Ken always wanted to be in a telenovela, but they don't speak Spanish.
So we have to interpret for them when Good Day is over.
That's kind of weird.
Watch Good Day in Spanish using the SAP function on your TV.
Que nunca volvieras.
Sí, pero he regresado.
Vancouver and Sacramento here at Papa Murphy's Park tonight. Whitecaps 2 in town. They have 18 points on the season. Sacramento with 28 and currently in 5th place. Let's take a look at our US Bank starting lineups, and we begin with Vancouver Whitecaps 2. Spencer Ritchie, the 24-year-old, back in the goal box tonight for the Whitecaps 2.
Keep an eye on number 32, Marco Bustos as well. One of these guys that's got a lot of potential. Has played with the first team a few times, 20 years old. Carl Robinson, again, another guy that is high on his list.
And for Sacramento, let's take a look. A couple of changes here. Sammy Ochoa getting another nod here tonight, and he'll play right behind Wilson Nisha and Trevin Caesar.
Yeah, keep an eye on Elliot Horde. Been so consistent up and down that right flank. Like to see him continue to do that tonight. Get some balls whipped into the box for that front 2 or 3 players.
And tonight, these two clubs going at it. For Whitecaps 2, they are a team that is trying to develop this youth talent, meanwhile try to remain competitive in the USL. Sacramento, on their hand, they are fighting for a playoff spot in that final 8. They're currently in 5th place in the Western Conference. A big chance to pick up 3 points here tonight. Republic are led by Paul Buckle, and Rich Fagan leads the Whitecaps 2, is coaching currently the U18 squad before taking the USL side here earlier in the season. The referee tonight is Farad Datko. Been here a couple of times this evening. Should be a great one here. 81 degrees in the capital of California as these two teams take the field. You'll see the Whitecaps 2 in all white heading to the north end of the field. It will be the Old Glory Red, the boys heading to the south end to start things off here. The cowbells are ringing, the crowd is stomping their feet. Kevin, should be a fun match here tonight between these two teams. Whitecaps 2 very young, but you got to feel like they can score the goals. They put up 3 in a draw on Wednesday.
No, really, that's what it is. These guys, a young team, typically what it leads to is a lot of really good play, but consistency is what lacks for those young teams, and discipline typically. But they will have good stretches from time to time, and Sacramento needs to be able to weather those storms tonight.
Let's take a look at our UC Davis Health Injury Report. Follow UC Davis Health for the latest news, events, photos, and health tips and more on Twitter and on Instagram. Still out with those injuries. We've got Adam Moffitt with a hernia and Danny Brewer with that left foot. We have started here at Papa Murphy's Park alongside Kevin Goldthwait. I'm Rob McAllister. Sacramento, Jeremy Hall getting things going. We'll see that a lot tonight moving forward, trying to send balls over the top to Trevin Caesar.
Yeah, providing that width, that depth, stretching the field. Trevin Caesar right there. Unlucky, ball catches him on the back, but he's already on his bike, trying to get in behind Vancouver's back 4. Good start there by Sacramento. Like to see him kind of put some pressure on Vancouver's back 4 early as well.
Sacramento riding a 5-match unbeaten streak, which started against this Whitecaps 2 here on June 14th, a 2-1 victory. Nearly with the splits, there's Christian. Here's a good chance early for the Whitecaps again, and sliding was Thomas Sander, looking for his 5th goal on the year, Kevin, and that's exactly what we saw on June 14th here. The Whitecaps 2 scoring in that 5th minute.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good ball in, and Thomas Sanders does a good job. It's a great.
Here's Trevin Caesar just Wilson Nisha just offside. I don't know, Kevin, that was quite close.
I know, he looked a little delayed right there. I think that, you know, with Trevin Caesar right there, might have been a little bit of confusion there for the linesman, but a good ball over the top, and I like Wilson Nisha being on that back line, the absolute stretching the pitch as much as he can there. On both center backs, right on their shoulders. He's able to sneak in behind him there. It's unlucky to be called offside.
And this game already with a frenetic pace here, back and forth, as both teams trying to crack that back line. Let's take a moment here and take a look at your Chevy keys to the match as Vancouver able to take this one away.
Yeah, first and foremost, he had the bye week last week. You got to come out here, and sometimes you got some cobwebs. You got to rust a little bit, so start strong tonight. Second, find that replacement for Bear. Who's going to be the one providing services into the box and setting up other teammates? And finally, be clinical in that final third in front of goal. You get a chance, you take it, and finish the ball, put it in the back of the net, because there's not going to be too many chances tonight that you can look back on and regret.
The left side here is Declan Wynn, New Zealand men's national team member, called up again. Battling here is Wilson Nisha. Declan Wynn, very solid performer on the left side here for the Vancouver Whitecaps too, making his 14th appearance on the year. In the middle here is Bustos. Scored on Wednesday in a 3-3 draw against Rio Grande Valley. This one's just chipped over the top, looking for Meyer Bevan, the 20-year-old, who also was called up to that men's national team for New Zealand. A couple of really young, talented players here in this Whitecaps 2 team.
Yeah, these guys, young players getting a shot. Some qualifying games that they're potentially going to be called up for, so important matches for New Zealand. And to be able to do that at a young age is just it's a huge piece of experience. A nice little arrow you can put in your quiver for the rest of your career and lean on that in times when you need to.
Well, the Whitecaps goalkeeper Stefan Maranovic also named to that New Zealand team. So 3 players from this Whitecaps club that making the men's national team. Their great experience here. This only is a good sign for this young team here. A little misplayed there by Sammy Ochoa tonight. Now, Sammy Ochoa drawn out of the lineup. A little bit of that going to that 4-diamond 2 that Paul Buckle seems to really enjoy and think that it's been highly successful for this club. Well, Danny Barrera out and Sammy Ochoa playing so well, he's really almost forced his way back into the lineup here.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. He was a good little play there.
Here's Bustos moving forward. We'll get back to Ochoa in a second as it falls back to Thomas Gardner, the 19-year-old from British Columbia. Back to Declan Wynn now.
I saw the quality there by Bustos. And that's what he brings to the table, really, Rob. A quality play in the midfield, typically makes really good decisions on the ball.
Thomas Gardner getting a little scrappy midfielder for this Whitecap 2 team. Here's Amer Clemente, not afraid to play it up. And here is the aforementioned Ochoa again. And Ochoa, 5 goals, 5 assists on the season. The assist leading the Republic. He's just played well, very good back to the goal, but not the typical style that we've seen from the Republic as of late and when they've been successful. But somehow Sammy Ochoa has found his way back in the lineup, and he's performing and putting up results for Paul Buckle.
Yeah, he was that unfortunate body, what I was saying, that needed to be removed or moved out of there when that diamond situation started coming into effect. But still, one of those long-term professionals, consummate professionals, comes out day in and day out, still works. You know, 30 years old, has a lot of experience, has been in a lot of situations before, and continued to train hard and work hard. Didn't get down on himself and stuck through it, and here he is now finding himself. And you see the numbers he has, you know, the goals scored and the assists. He's been a huge contributor for Sacramento. And one of those players that's just going to be, here he is on the ball.
Here can link up. He's just going to send one hard toward goal. Hits off the back of Wilson Nisha. And I guess that's going to be the big question mark tonight. Can Sammy Ochoa link up with Caesar and Nisha up top?
Yeah, that's what he needs to do more. But his numbers have been, you have numbers like that, just play yourself into the games, and it's going to come really, really difficult for Paul Buckle and his staff to take him out, especially with the loss of Danny Barrera. Bustos again with a strong left foot into the gut of Evan Newton. Now Evan Newton making his 14th start for the Republic on the season. Newton so far in the year, 1.07 goals against per match as his 30th save. Here's Agustin Caceres, good little find to Trevin Caesar. Now Trevin Caesar will try to send a cross in. It's blocked by the Whitecaps too. Back out to Caesar here. Sacramento find themselves a little bit of a standstill here. Nifty move by number 19. Caesar getting in behind. Low cross in, a shot on goal. It's just missed by Wilson Nisha. Beautiful combination between those two up top. They have been quite a pair to watch, Kevin. You got to feel you just missed a big chance here. Yeah, that's a really good effort there. It's good individual effort there by Trevin Caesar, going 1v1, kind of lulling that Vancouver defender to sleep a little bit. Finds himself up on that end line, pulls it back towards the penalty spot, and finds Wilson Nisha. Wilson Nisha just misses target right there. Good effort there by Nisha nonetheless. I think it's a kind of off his back foot a little bit, leaning away. Does all he could do to try to direct it on target, but you see him not take that big swing, which I like to see by your strikers. Use the way that the passes. Ooh,
and here's
tough tackle right there.
Strong tackle by Sammy Ochoa, and it will be the Whitecaps too who pick up the foul. That's what Sammy Ochoa does so well, though. We saw it in the way that he picked up the equalizing goal here on June 14th against the Whitecaps. Was able to take it away, win that duel. He just did it here again tonight.
Absolutely. See, talking to, it looks like Seymour here going in with 2 studs, kind of the boots, both of the soles of the boots exposed. See a caution being picked. I think that's the right call. I agree with it. Comes in two-footed. Showing the bottom of his boots on both of them. You're going to get carded. I mean, the rule of the book, that needs to be called every time as a caution. I think it's the right call.
So the first set piece of the night for the Sacramento Republic here comes in the 7th minute of play. And fans, stay up to date with the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts. That's Mondays at 4 o'clock Pacific on Sirius XM FC. Here's the ball sent in. Good look for Sammy Ochoa. And it's cut off by the Whitecaps too. Now here's Bustos. A great sliding tackle by James Kiffey, one of the best left backs in the USL. Arguably could be the best. Kevin, each and every week, the guy is just perfect. I mean, he doesn't make mistakes. He sends good balls in, and he wins duels like that. Leads the USL in duels won.
Yeah, it's a really good challenge right there. You see him, he's fully committed from 15 yards away. Puts his head down, knows he's going to go in there for a tackle, for a 50-50 challenge, and wins it. But even going back a step before that, it's a great ball in the box. I think the runs just weren't there.
Speaking of steady, here's Jeremy Hall looking for Trevin
What a
Caesar.
ball.
Trevin Caesar right down into the 18, little back heel looking for Nisha. Nisha goes down into the box, no whistle blown. Republic retain possession and a handball by Trevin Caesar. And it'll go back to the Whitecaps here. But a great combination again, Kevin, the pressure continuing by Sacramento.
Yeah, good build-up. An even better tackle there by DeVries. Comes down, puts his body on the line, but a good little effort there by Trevin Caesar, trying to get a little cheeky back heel. Linking up with Wilson Nishon, almost does that. Love seeing that between your two strikers, for them to link up a few times like they already have. To see that early in the game. Want to see if Ochoa can get involved in that mix a little bit too, but good so far first 9 minutes here with Caesar and Nisha linking up a lot. Love seeing that right now.
The left-footed Christian, and an easy foul there
Silly
in the
foul,
open
yeah.
field. Have we seen a better 1-2 combination from the striker position than Nisha and Caesar? The way that they play together, the way that they're able to find space, the way that they're able to get behind the back line and score goals.
I mean, yeah, right now in the first 10 minutes, I think this season they've done really well. But I mean, what we've seen so far has, I think, been some of the best run of form here. A 10-minute stretch is what we're talking about, so take it with a grain of salt. But still, want to see that continue. And in the past, they've really kind of started to develop this relationship and pairing and combination where they know what each other's doing. It's similar like we talk about with your back four players, where it takes a while for you guys to figure out, you know, what this player typically does, what their tends and tendencies are. And the same sort of concept goes for your strikers. There's all those little pairings as well. If we want to get really in depth with this across the pitch, you got your outside backs and your outside midfielders that need to pair up and learn a lot and work together a lot. Your back four's got to do that. Your holding midfielder needs to be tied in with your two center backs. Your two strikers need to work on the same page, as well as the whole withdrawn striker, which Ochoa is today. So we've seen those two strikers start to develop that relationship, and it takes time for that to happen. And I think the fruits of the labors are finally kind of shown a little bit as they're seeing some really good combination play tonight.
Good switch from Hall, finding Caesar from Horde. Caesar near the byline, sends it down low. Just not ready was Wilson. Knee shot, it checks off his hip there. And now the Whitecaps too trying to spring something forward the other way. Able to recover as James Kippy and sends it back to Evan Newton.
Just an absolute seed by Trevin Caesar across the pitch. Just absolutely hits it with his laces. We'll like to see a good little counterattack.
Twice tonight. Nisha off to his left. A little underlap there from Augustine Caceres, finds it into the 18-yard box. Caceres, the midfielder, sending it back forward. Here's Blackwood with a chance at it, headed away again. That back line for the Whitecaps too being tested early here at Papa Murphy's Park.
Yeah, Sacramento's going to continue this momentum they have right now and try to get something out of it.
Here's Meyer Bevan, 2 goals on the season, scored on Wednesday against RGV.
I want to go back to that ball by Trevin Caesar. Hits it with his laces. Might have caught, maybe Nisha might have been screened a little bit, doesn't see it till the last moment. But that ball's hit with pace. And you ask that person in the situation, you ask your player to hit that ball across the face of the goal with pace. I think Caesar just catches it extremely flush. Just hits a frozen rope about knee height right across the face of the goal. But good play still.
How difficult is to handle this? I mean, because that's one of those, you've got to be expecting it. And I think Caesar now has done that twice tonight. I think Wilson Nisha is probably going to be ready in the number 3.
And those situations we saw earlier with Wilson Nisha, you can't take a big swing. If you take a big swing and try to hit the ball hard, it's a simple redirection. Try to make good contact with your foot wherever you want. If you're going to hit with your instep or inside of the foot, make sure there's good contact on the ball. Short swing, use the pace of the ball to your advantage. And right there, it just looks like Nisha just caught him off guard, wasn't thinking that it's going to come to him or just couldn't see it.
And give credit to the back line, the midfield here. They're really able to work things through the middle of the park here tonight. Center to the left side. Here's a good cross in, looking for Caesar. Headed away, and it's Cole Seiler, the 23-year-old.
Look at the bodies too, Rob. Look at the bodies in the box. You got 5 Republic players circling that 18-yard box. That's what they need. And that's, I think, been a big part of their success this year so far as well, as they've been so active going forward and getting runners in the box.
The first Chick-fil-A corner kick coming here at the 12th minute. Lofted high back. Christian's there, settles it for Nisha. Nisha just pops it up, and he's going to slam into the Papa Murphy's Park scoreboard.
That's a bit ambitious there on his weaker left foot. Doesn't look like he has any commitment towards that strike at all. Nisha, he's got to believe in yourself. If you're going to have a strike from 25 yards, you better believe in your strike's going to be on target.
Well, as we get closer to the MLS announcement, now's your time to secure your seat in the new stadium. Fewer than 500 spots remain for the first tier of priority seating. Learn more at sacrepublicfc.com, 916-307-6100. And Kevin should talk about the MLS expansion news. Big chatter over the last weekend or so There was the groundmaking ceremony that we'll show you more about that during halftime. But the big announcement coming from MLS Commissioner Don Garber, putting a shovel in the ground. He said that Sacramento, that was a great move on their part. In quotes, we're all very pleased that they made that commitment. And it seems Sacramento now, Kevin, is the front runner for MLS expansion.
That's a differentiator, what they did this past week. I mean, you absolutely separate yourself. Not only you look on paper what they've done, every box is checked. Every MLS requirement Sacramento has. You have your rabid fan base. You have a team in place. You got an ownership group that has, the financial acumen and the history and strategy behind it, with the Kings ownership associated with this, the 49ers as well. And now you have a piece of dirt in downtown Sacramento ready to go, with them teeing it up right now. And I think it's a huge, huge differentiator for Sacramento to be that front runner.
And I know you, just like you, I get asked all the time, where are we in this MLS bid? Went even to social media and I said, how do you feel about this? About 50% felt that it's already a done deal. Another 34% so they're still nervous. They don't really know. And other people feeling still that may not even happen at all. So where do you stand on this? I know that.
Well, the best insight I can give on this, in our circle of MLS friends that we talk to, Rob, yourself, we know that every question that's asked is how well, every statement that's said is how well Sacramento's been doing in terms of teeing themselves up to be the next group invited into MLS. And so I think that speaks volumes, that you have a lot of other GMs from other clubs asking about Sacramento, commenting on Sacramento, complimenting what the Republic have done so far. I think that's what speaks volumes, because really at the end of the day, that group that's going to be deciding is a lot of people that we've talked to, Robin, who have commented on how well Sacramento's done so far.
Good chance for the Whitecaps too, as they work their way deep into the attacking third here, split off to the right side. And back to Thomas Gardner here. Thomas Gardner's threading the needle here. Down low cross, poked away by Chris Christian. Now a chance for Sammy Ochoa in Sacramento.
Good chance.
And Kevin, we've talked about this. You've played at MLS for several years. As we got a break here, Agustin Caceres moving through the midfield. Knee shot with a little bit of a peel in. Coming in now, Trevin Caesar. Again, we've seen this story before. Can he make it good on the third one with a good shot? Deflected away in last touch by Spencer Ritchie. It'll be a corner kick for Sacramento.
That's what you want right there. Trevin Caesar, I'd like to see him make that decision just a little bit quicker. He looks like he kind of lollygags a little bit on that right side to cut to his left. Make it a half a second quicker, but still, that's what you want your striker to do, to be able to find a half an inch or a half a foot, pull the trigger and find something on target. Great play once again on this right side by Trevin Caesar.
And just to wrap up the MLS conversation, great leadership by so many in the Sacramento Republic office. You've got Kevin Nagel leading the ownership group now. You had Warren Smith and Joe Wagner, the guys who started this whole thing just a couple of years ago. Good chance for Sacramento. Can't convert again, but they've owned possession here in the early get-go. And this one, after 15 minutes of play, just have not been able to convert these chances.
Second ball's here.
Here's Emra Clemente way out of position from that center back position. And now here's James Kiffey all the way on the right side. Cuts it back in again. Nifty move by number 15. Lofted in. Nobody there. Making the run was Blackwood. And now picked up by Caden
You
Chung.
can just see, start watching Kiffey. You just see him set these players up. That's a great example right there. Clearly going to, the defenders are thinking he's going to go to his left, but you see him set the whole thing up like Preki used to do back in the day, just using that left foot to his advantage and then cutting it back across. Great piece of football right there.
Well, here's Caceres, who takes a crack at it. He's going to end up in the VIP tents, maybe knock over a few drinks as well. How about Agustin Caceres, though? He has been very aggressive tonight. How many times have we seen him lead this attack here for the Republic?
He's definitely playing a lot higher, and that might be because of the absence of Danny Barrera. He's playing a lot higher in the pitch right there. Happy to see Augie pull the trigger from that distance, so he's got a really, really nice left foot. Can stroke the ball beautifully. Just like to see him probably obviously keep that one just a little bit lower, keep your knee over the ball a little longer. Land in your kicking foot. It's a chance for them to break.
A little quick touch here. Whitecaps too with a good opportunity. Low cross sent in, poked away by Emra Clemente,
well done.
the captain. Stopping the attack, and the Whitecaps too have had a couple of good chances on their end as well. This has been a free-flowing, wide-open game, Kevin. This is typically something you see when two teams are
67 yards separating the back four and the front four here.
Well, here's Ochoa finding Caesar for the moment. These type of games you see when teams are trying to come back and put some goals up. This is early on here, aggressive, fun to watch here. Ochoa able to keep control, and that's one thing he does that is so valuable to this Republic team, is keeping possession for this team. Wide open, plenty of space for Caceres. Caceres going to give it a go, and into the hands of Spencer Ritchie.
Tell you what, that's just lazy defending by Vancouver. Yeah, Meyer Bevan just sitting on Elliott Horton, sitting on Augie, and just letting them track back, not tracking runners. allowing Augie to get himself in a position to have a strike. Not the best test for Spencer Ritchie, but still keeping him honest. Augie was there. But some pretty lazy defending by Vancouver here the last 5 or 10 minutes, in my opinion. Not tracking runners, which is just, it's simple. It's just work rate at the end of the day.
Garner to the right side. Belladissimo has been fairly quiet tonight. Has had a couple of good chances to get the Whitecaps 2 moving. Into the middle here, Marco Bustos, the star of this Whitecaps 2 team, just 20 years of age. Had 10 goals a year ago, lofted up over the top, looking for Thomas Sander. And it's Evan Newton able to get to it. Ask Paul Buckle, really guarding MLS, and how did the team and the coaching staff talk about it? And Kevin, he said they don't talk about it. They said that they really can't control that. They can control what they do in training and what they're able to do to get ready for a match here currently this week in USL.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the coaching staff on Paul Buckle's staff, I mean, it's you're wasting your breath if you're talking to players about MLS that might or might not come. I mean, really, the players hear enough of it. It's a terrible square ball.
Good chance for the Whitecaps, 2 to the left side. Making a good run here is Meyer Bevan. Bevan slows it up, waiting for a teammate to look to the middle of the park. He'll try to give it a go, and it's blocked by the Republic, and here comes Tyler Blackwood, who's been a little bit quiet tonight.
See, that's the square ball we saw Chris Christian play as a Cardinal Sin as a center back coming up. You never play that ball square across the face of back to the middle of the pitch, because if you do get picked off.
Here's Caesar working his way again. This is the 5th time we've seen him do this tonight. Nears the byline, just keeps it in. Saved by Spencer Ritchie. Was it over the line? It was offside. So
over the line there.
Over the line there for.
Good effort there. We've seen a lot of effort here, a lot of work by Trevin Caesar on this right side. Has done a nice job. An absolute nightmare for Vancouver's back four to deal with. Still need to figure out a way to capitalize, Rob. We have a good run of form, a good first opening 20 minutes. Started strong, but have to get a goal. Something to reward yourself for the work you've put in.
Well, Nike's an official sponsor of USL. More information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Full moon out tonight. A beautiful evening in Sacramento. Delta breeze kicking up. It's been a while since we've had a game like this, Kevin. It's been some scorchers out here at Papa Murphy's Park. A beautiful evening here tonight between these two clubs. Whitecaps 2 with 18 points, 4, 10, and 6 on the year, currently in 13th. Meanwhile, Sacramento trying to pick up 3 points and remain in the thick of things for the Western Conference playoff push. They're 8, 6, and 4 on the season. Finding Nisha just outside the 18. Here's Caceres up again. How many times we've seen him floating around the 18. Good switch here by Hall, maybe one of the best on the team at switching the field from left to right. Takes a ricochet up and high. Good chance for the Whitecaps too to try to break. Hall comes down with it, and ever steady. The signing from Tampa Bay a year ago has been a key part to this team's success. Moving forward, Clementa has a strong right foot, dumps it off to Nisha. Here's now Ochoa. Ochoa lofted in, a good chance for Sacramento, and it's just on top of the net. That's a heartbreaker as well. 3 good looks tonight, Kevin, but yet it remains 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like Vancouver's inviting Sacramento to come into that 18-yard box and serve the ball in right now. And I said it again, really, they need to take advantage. Sacramento needs to take advantage of this play right now. You have the momentum, you've been playing well, you've got a couple chances. Be ashamed to come out of it with nothing and not reward yourself for it, but there's a good effort there. Great ball in by Ochoa. You know, playing the assist role, the playmaker. Sammy Ochoa is finding Trevin Caesar. Trevin getting up as high as he can, trying to get over the ball, just can't get under the bar. But it'd be a shame for Sacramento not to be able to reward themselves for something. There's an offside here.
And how about Francis DeVries? He has continued to try to stretch and put that ball up through that back line.
But Vancouver just looks, I mean, there's nothing in the tank right now. No creativity. A lot of guys passing runners off. Very undisciplined. And I'll say it again, for the first 20 minutes, Sacramento, you need to capitalize in these situations, because sometimes they can almost lull you, Rob, into a sense of security and then spring your counterattack, and before you know it, you're climbing an uphill battle.
Well, goal differential-wise, they're -7. They have scored 23 goals, but 3 of those coming just on Wednesday night against RGV. They've had trouble putting the back of the net. They've had bigger problems defending. This is part of the reason, Kevin. You see the wide open gap. How many times we've seen Christian and Clementa come all the way up into the attacking third tonight? Looking to spring something. Here's Thomas Sander, the Princeton grad, moving forward, cuts into the middle of the park. looking for a teammate off to the right side. Whitecaps 2 looking for something here. Now for a header for Sanders. Sanders just misplayed it and up over the bar. A good look for Whitecaps 2, and Sacramento lucky not to concede a goal in that situation.
No, we just talked about it right now. I mean, that's how quick things can happen. Sacramento's had probably 60-70% of possession, but counterattack, they're susceptible right there. The ball's lofted in. Sanders finds himself in a good position. Probably should do a lot better with this as we get another look at it. And also, I think Evan Newton might want to think about coming out right there and challenging for that. You can't have someone heading the ball in your own 6-yard box if you're a goalkeeper. But Sanders should have done better with that. I think he needs to find target at least, and that's a simple redirection into the back of the net. That far post is wide open. Sacramento get away with one.
Agustin Caceres, Northern California native, who went to St. Mary's. Very attack-minded tonight. Look at Chris Christian again. Chris Christian floating it forward, looking for Nisha. Nisha and Spencer Ritchie colliding, still the ball in play as Caesar tries to come up, but Nisha just a step away from nearly making this a 1-0 advantage. Kiffey finding Blackwood. Blackwood's been asked to do a lot this year, Kevin, in moving various positions along the field, and he has performed very well. Ball sent in for the Republic here. Back to Blackwood, just at the top. Now for Horde. It's almost too much space sometimes with this team. Ochoa working to the right side. Elliot Horde from UC Davis. Battling with DeVries. Is Wilson Nishaw here. Here's back to Caceres. Now Caceres will try to send it in, just lofts it in and giving up hope there. Well, USL, one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting uslsoccer.com. Also on Twitter at USL.
See, in these situations, Rob, where you feel like you're having the majority of the play, you're playing a lot of the game in your final third. Vancouver looks a little sluggish. The best way to continue to put your foot on the throat is ball movement. You move the ball 1 and 2 touch, make it difficult for Vancouver to get set, make them chase, move the ball as quickly and as often as you can. Get the ball off your foot, move it side to side, front to back, find gaps, find seams, and sooner or later something big's going to open up, some seam or some gap, and allow someone to get in.
Ball here, Ochoa up top to his right, Elliot Horde making a good run, trying to get back as Sander, and Sander does, and just a slight deflection will slow this attack up from the Republic.
But this is ball movement right here. Just move the ball side to side. Don't linger on the ball. Move it quickly, go back and get it.
Well, you see Thomas Gardner, number 64, trying to cut those balls across the midfield off. Here's Caesar battling with Sander. Flag goes up. Not quite sure there. Looked like Thomas Sander just slipped and fell, but Whitecaps will come away on the positive end here. Republic are 5-1-2 at home. Vancouver just 2-6-2, Kevin. And if you look at Vancouver, they're a club that likely needs to score first to have any type of success. When they have scored first, that is when they have won all 4 of their matches. So key for them tonight is probably putting up an early goal.
I mean, concern for them right now is not concede an early goal. But in order, I agree completely, Rob. You know, look at their numbers.
Well, when they've conceded first, they have not won a match this year. A little back heel, just a little too strong from Ochoa. It'll be a throw for the Whitecaps too.
I just think the key right now, the key to unlock this for Sacramento is just ball movement. Everything else is working well. You have Chris Christian and Emma Clemente coming up and and getting themselves involved and joining in the attack. I'd rather see them get the ball off their foot, put it on the playmakers.
Here's Wynn. Finding Bustos. Gardner now. Gardner the top, dancing with it. Back to Bustos. Bustos leads the team with 6 goals on the year. Scored his 6th on Wednesday against RGV in the draw. Back here inside, Vancouver with a good opportunity, slipping and falling, not able to make something happen. And Vancouver not able to convert where they need to take good shots on goal, Kevin, because they're not getting too many of them here tonight, it seems so far.
Yeah, they shouldn't. I mean, it's a good build-up play, something for them to work on.
Again, a lot of space along this right side. Sacramento trying to take advantage of it. Wilson Eshop back to Hall. Well, for our fans at home, you can follow live stats and more via Twitter, Sac Republic FC, or you can also follow the hashtag SACVVAN. Caesar, it's gotten quiet here, Papa Murphy's Park. A lot of excitement early in the first 15 minutes. Things have settled down here a bit between these two sides.
So that's an example right there, Rob, with Chris Christian coming up, taking 2 or 3 steps, 2 or 3 touches into that attacking third, trying to find somebody. Ball's intercepted. Chris Christian's out of position. Like to see them move the ball quickly side to side. Don't force it. Be patient. Allow things to develop. And don't leave yourself susceptible to that counterattack, because right now that's what Vancouver's going to be feeding off of.
Circling back, Spencer Ritchie on the year. 18 goals allowed, a 1.5 goals against average. And Spencer Melvin had been playing, or excuse me, Melvin had been playing better between the two sides. Sean Melvin, excuse me, but gave up those 3 goals on Wednesday. And unfortunately, one of those goals coming in the final moment as Zader commits a foul in the 90th minute in the box, heads up a PK, and there was the 3 points. Now drops down to 1. A disappointing final few moments of the Whitecaps on Wednesday. How do they rebound from a performance like that?
Well, you forget about it as quickly as you can. I guess a good thing in that silver lining would be is that you get to go out there and kind of erase that memory as your last game quickly by playing a game here at night in Sacramento. But still, I think it shows, the big thing that I see is it shows the maturity level and inexperience by Vancouver with their younger players. Only way to learn that is obviously to do it and gain experience. So these players, these young players, getting that experience and learning that, you know, ways to put games away. And it's going to be a huge skill for those kids to learn, but it shows, I think, Vancouver's youth in that situation on Wednesday night.
All misplayed there. Throw for Vancouver. The oldest player on the field right now is the goalkeeper, Spencer Ritchie, at 24 years of age. And we talked about this, the youngest team, the Seattle Sounders too, and then here we are right now with the second youngest team in the Vancouver Whitecaps. You feel like for Sacramento, these are 3 points you've got to pick up.
Well, you have to pick up, and it's so easy. Like, I think that what Vancouver potentially is doing here tonight is they're kind of lulling Sacramento to sleep.
Well, here's Ochoa going to give it a go from distance, and that has been Achilles' heel for Sacramento. Such great build-up, so many opportunities, and when you take a shot from 25 yards out, Kevin, you feel like your odds are pretty low.
Yeah, it's just decision-making right there. It's a good effort there by Ochoa to win that ball and go quickly. Had a couple runners running with him. Would have liked to see him maybe drop it off and find the right runner to combine with, rather than pulling the trigger, but it's a striker mentality.
Declan Wynn, 22-year-old left back from Auckland, New Zealand, trying to force it into Bustos, and cutting it off and doing a nice job tonight has been Emerick Clementa, the captain for this team, who's worked his way back from that ACL injury a year ago, and with Elliot Hort playing so well, has been a good fit in that center back position, giving Paul Buckle yet another attacking player who had played on the right side for the first 2.5 seasons. Coming up is Augie Caceres. Caceres lofting one in, looking for Ochoa, cleared away by DeVries. Sacramento not quite done yet.
Stay patient here and move the ball.
Back to goal Ochoa, what he does so well. That's why Paul Buckle has him in there. He's able to keep possession. Justin Braun, a very similar type player for the Republic. Probably the last striker we've seen work his way from back to goal like that, Kevin.
And Ochoa does a really nice job. I think he's got that technique.
Here's a chance for Sacramento down low, bobbling in, and it bobbles into the arms of Ritchie.
It's a good ball in. It's just Trevin Caesar stops his run. You see him put his hand up a little bit right here, connecting there with James Kiffey. But it's a good run. The runs in the box just weren't there, but a good effort by Kiffey.
Another mistake,
another silly giveaway. I mean, the Whitecaps just, I mean, they look absolutely lethargic and dead right now. There's no bounce, no pep in their step.
How does Sacramento not get lulled into that?
Well, you got to move the ball quickly. When you have the ball, you can't assume that you have 3 or 4 touches. You're going to have time, but don't use that time to lull and sit on the ball. Move the ball. Like right now, you got to move the ball. Move it anywhere. Move it to bounce it out wide to James Kiffey.
Well,
great turn.
Trevin Caesar. He's got some pace, turning into the infield. Now he's going to take a crack at it as well. Off the leg of DeVries. Back to Blackwood now, and Blackwood will give it a shot. It just seems Sacramento's just trying to shoot from anywhere.
It's standing around. You got a lot of people standing around expecting someone else to do the dirty work for them. But I tell you what, right now, Sacramento, if they move the ball quickly and are patient, I'm telling you, it's going to break wide open. You get that first one. So Sacramento needs to stay patient and move the ball.
Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Will Seymour getting the start tonight. Was subbed on the 89th minute on Wednesday. Has 1 assist on the year. Has seen his fair share of time. The Whitecaps, 23 appearances a season ago. Has been in and out of the lineup this year. Tower Bridge Battalion waving the flags, trying to root this old Glory Red team on. No score here after 33 minutes of play. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. We thank you joining us on this Saturday evening between the Republic and the Whitecaps 2. USL, one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date. Latest league news, USLsoccer.com, and Twitter @USL. You wanted to see a replacement for Danny Barrera, and it seems the Republic have had a few guys step up in that role, but how about Agustin Caceres? Much more aggressive. Probably look at his heat map after the game. You're going to see a lot of red streaking toward goal.
Yeah, I think Sammy Ochoa is going to be at the end of the day going to be the candidate that's going to take that role, and I think he's already started a little bit.
Lofted high, little mistake. Republic, good chance here for Bustos. Bustos cuts it in, cuts it 3 times. Going to try to turn around and goes down in the box. Tell him to get up. No foul call. Emma Clementa lucky there.
I don't know about that. I think Bustos does make some contacts drawn. Goes down probably a little softer than you think. Is a chance for Sacramento to break right now.
Here's Trevin Caesar trying to get past DeVries, cuts it in. Double march along the right side is Nisha. Nisha wasn't screaming for him, or maybe Caesar couldn't hear it.
Blackwood on that, streaking down that left side as well. Good effort though by Caesar. You like to see him make a better decision at the end of the day, but still does a great job picking that ball up around midfield and just driving into that final third. But going back to that play with Bustos a second ago, I think he goes down a little softer than what the referee thinks or would like to see, and that might kind of go against him. But I tell you what, Dadko had a great view of it. It was right in front of him. There's no body screening him.
Gave him the get up sign, and I think Vancouver and Rich Fagan having a complaint
legit,
there, and I think
legit argument.
I think you're absolutely right. Bustos putting on a clinic.
So here's the other thing now, Rob. You got to start thinking about fundamentals in my mind if you're Sacramento. Go back to the basics. Everything. When the ball's cleared out, your back four's got to breathe. If the ball's moving to the left, you got to breathe. You got to go back to the basics and start. And you can't take plays off because Vancouver's taking plays off. As soon as that happens, there's a good chance here.
Thomas Sander moving forward.
Look at Sander drive
dumps it off to the right side, looking for Caden Chung. Chung was going to send a cross in. And it's bobbled away by Meyer Bevan. And now Sacramento looking to spring something forward. It's Ochoa, Clementa, good combination. Caesar calling forward up top. Flag goes up. Offside, Trevin Caesar. Just a hair too late from Emra Clementa there, and I think he might be onside. That was close.
Pretty nice build-up too, but I don't say so myself. Great play there by Emra and Sammy Ochoa, just playing little 1-2s up the middle of the park. Great one-time passes with good weight on it. Unfortunate for Sacramento. Emra probably took 1 touches too many as he's going to look for that streaking Trevin Caesar.
And here we can see the buildup, but if you're Emra Clement in that situation, you played center back, you're probably looking for that better angle, and he probably didn't quite have it until that moment, and then it's always sometimes too late.
And it's so hard to go direct, go vertical in that position. You're in the middle of the pitch, you're kind of approaching that final third right there. For you to find a gap or a seam for that ball to be played vertical to a vertical run is darn near impossible to have happen. You need to have some delayed run or a run coming from the outside towards the middle of the park. Those are the runs where you can have success. So it's just unfortunate for Sacramento in that situation.
Here's a good angled ball to Elliot Horde from Jeremy Hall. Horde working on Declan Wynn now. Lofted in, looking for Caesar, headed away, tied to the feet of Blackwood. Blackwood cutting in near the byline, sends a shot on goal, and it's just behind. Last deflected by the Whitecaps too. It'll be a Chick-fil-A corner kick coming up. We'll stay up to date. Latest USL news and notes. USL Coast to Coast, Mike Watts. Mondays, 4 o'clock Pacific, Channel 85 on Sirius XM-FC. USLsoccer.com for dates and times.
It's a good ball in the box right there. Over to Mr. Tyler Blackwood. He does a good job, does a good little move to try to get on his left foot, smash it across the face of the goal, but good defense, good defending there by Vancouver.
Loft it in, chance for Sacramento. Caceres gets to it, headed back in, still an opportunity. And here comes Ember Clementa now. Clementa stumbles a bit and tries to switch the field, looking for Christian, still in play, and a foul is called on the center back.
But the big thing now is you can't, when you're playing against a team in a situation like this, at least what I see is you get used to their bad tendencies and you start taking plays off and you stop tracking runners. And that's what I see Vancouver doing, and Sacramento needs to just focus on the basics. Great step there by Elliott.
Here's Nisha. Ochoa can't hang on to it.
I mean, it's still good play, good build-up. Just Ochoa just a little bit lazy right there, not getting his full body behind the ball. He's on.
Caesar maybe thought he wasn't going to be on, peeled away. Nisha would have been offside, so they unfortunately had to give that one away.
So back to my comment, Rob. I mean, Sacramento just needs to stick to the fundamentals here. You got to do everything. Think old school. It's not going to take anything fancy. It's just going to take hard work, determination, and staying together as units throughout the pitch to break this Vancouver side down.
Seymour to win, finding Bevan.
It's Bevan, shifty little Bevan right here.
Just 20 years of age. Keeping along the touchline, giving fits to Elliott Horde here tonight. Colliding Wynn and Caceres will pick up the foul. Now, Meyer Bevan came over from the Nike Football Academy in England in the St. George Park program, joined the Whitecaps too. A great find for this Vancouver side.
It always amazes me where these players come from and where it's a good ball over the
Lofted
top.
high, Thomas Sander. Evan Newton, easy play.
Always amazes me where players are found, the stories that you hear, the work, the scouts, the recruiting. It's always that diamond in the rough. I think some managers and GM really find it's a advantage played there potentially.
Great shield there by Ochoa to keep this one.
I feel like there's always a little bit of like unsaid competition about being more creative and clever when finding players throughout the MLS. And you have this secret, say, you know,
what's a Seattle there? Cameroon seems
exactly.
to be
You find some little niche in Africa, for example, where they have a great academy with younger players. And
here's James Kiffey. James Kiffey, low cross in, ricochets away, and it's last touched by Cole Seiler. It'll be a corner kick for Sacramento.
It's a tough ball for Seiler to deal with. I think Spencer Ritchie probably could have gobbled it up pretty nicely, but still, you're going towards your own goal. It's easy for that to become an own goal. But I mean, like, you know, if you find this little school, this little academy in Africa that has these talented players, and African players love coming over to the U.S. for greener pastures, so to speak. And it's always interesting seeing, like, you know, the secrets, and then you ask these managers and GMs, where'd you find this guy? Where's he from? And then they're secrets. No one's saying anything.
Kiffey, good chance for Sacramento here. The ball slides through
it's a great
the defense here, and Sacramento's going to hold on to it by the work of Wilson Nisha. Fancy move here. The Arden Archer sends a good cross in, looking for Christian. Back in play for Kiffey now. Kiffey with a fake of a swipe. Back for Christian. Clementa's calling for it to the top to loft this one high, looking for Ochoa, bouncing around, and somehow the Whitecaps too get away with it for
Great
at least
step.
a moment. Back to Horde. Horde's going to give it a go, and Declan Wynn with a deflection.
Some patience here. So now look, you got 2, 3, 4 guys coming for Vancouver. Sacramento's got to get back, get their shoulders right.
Here's Will Seymour moving forward. On the counter, no score yet in this one. Caden Chung scored his first goal on Wednesday. He's going to loft this one high. Keeps it in play, Thomas Sander, and it will be a throw for the Republic.
Good build up there by Sacramento. I think on that corner kick, Chris Christian had a legitimate chance to on that near post run. Doesn't take a really direct run towards the ball. Bit of a turtle, if you will.
Another throw for Sacramento. Sammy Ochoa, 11 goals with Tulsa a season ago, and he's halfway there with 5 on the season here for the Republic.
A lot more weight's been put on his shoulders too with the absence of Danny Barrera. For Ochoa to start producing.
And you're asking Ochoa to become a midfielder there and just trying to pick up a corner. He'll get a throw instead. But here's a guy who's been a striker, back to the ball. You're asking him to do a lot of different things, and I think that's, I guess, which makes good players, the difference between good and great, right? Is the ability to play multiple positions and do things at a very high level.
It's the old Ajax way, really, where you expect all your players to go out in pretty much every position on the pitch, minus the goalkeeper, to play anywhere on the pitch. The total football mentality.
Elliot Horde.
Good stagnation. Look at the stagnation in the box. You got to recycle this. You can't just stand and wait. If you're stagnant and standing around, guarantee nothing good's going to come your way. You got to keep moving, recycle your runs. Good idea there by Sanner. Picked up nicely by Clementa, but stagnation in the box is the last thing you want if you're a striker, if you're serving balls in the box. And if you see the stagnation, sometimes, you know, if you're outside back, pull the ball back, bring it back around, move the ball to the other side, go bang it off somebody else, get it back, but don't force it. That stagnation in the box kills everything.
Well, Sacramento's Nisha, Ochoa, and Caesar, they have been quite good on the season. 14 goals, 11 assists between the three of them. And they've had 6 goals and 7 assists during this 5-match unbeaten streak. You feel like the recipe is when those three are connecting and scoring goals, you've got a great chance to pick up 3 points for Sacramento.
Yeah, you know, and it's spread pretty nicely through those 3 guys. So you're not heavily, you know, vested. You kind of got hedged a little bit. It's always nice to have 3 or 4 guys on a team, on a squad, producing goals and getting assists. Kind of a healthy roster, you know.
And how about Paul Buckle applying a little bit more pressure, telling his front line guys there.
You should right now. I mean, it's just the opportunity's there. And for Sacramento to come out here without a goal in the first half, I hope Paul gives a little bit of a talking to.
Disappointing. Can they get one here in the final 30 seconds? There will be no more added time from the Gilmore stoppage time. So you're right, Kev. You have about 30 seconds, maybe 1 or 2 good looks left at the most.
I mean, for how poor I think Vancouver's looked here in this first half. And Sacramento not to get a goal. Something to show for the work they've done so far. Be a bit of a letdown, to say the least.
Clementa coming up quickly. He's going to send a cross in. Back cuts it in. Thomas Sanders able to recover. Clementa goes right back at it. Hits off the chest of Sander, and that's deflected by Elliot Horde. Missed opportunity by the Republic on that possession here in the final moments of the first half.
Yeah, I think Clementa just kind of overthinks that a little bit. Has a nice little cut, but brings that defender that he cut out of the picture right back into the picture by going back towards him.
We'll stick around at halftime. We're going to show you a little bit more insights from the ground-making ceremony from a week and a half ago here in downtown Sacramento, and how that all played a role in the push to become an MLS expansion franchise. So after 45 minutes of play here at Papa Murphy's Park, no score. Let's see what Sacramento can do in the next 45 minutes of play. Don't go anywhere. We got a great halftime show coming up for you right here on the CW 31.
At US Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. US Bank, the power of possible.
Now at the Honda Summerbration sales event, you can get a great deal on a Honda Fit and kick summer up to a whole new level. Make it a summer to remember at the Honda Summerbration sales event today. Hurry in and get a great deal on a Honda Fit from KBB.com's best value brand at your local Honda dealer.
There's a place that brings together teams of world-class problem solvers. Here, they save lives at a moment's notice. Restore sight to those who otherwise would not see. Empower those facing immobility to live active lives. Through teamwork and bold innovation, they confront the toughest medical challenges to make the world a healthier place. UC Davis.
fans having a great night here at Papa Murphy's Park. It's a reason to celebrate here between these time here in Sacramento, as the ground-making ceremony a week and a half ago has set up quite a domino effect for this Sacramento club to continue their trail to MLS.
I want to thank you guys all for being here with us today as we celebrate the achievement of yet another milestone in Sacramento Republic FC's quest to secure MLS rights.
I've never been more proud and optimistic about our club and our community than I am today. We have come this far because we believe in our fans, we believe in our stadium plan, and we believe in our destiny as an MLS city. Today is the start of a process we are calling the ground-making phase. In the coming weeks and months, we will have crews out here adding and leveling soil to the right elevation and specifications. We'll begin the process of installing backbone infrastructure like power, water, and utilities. Our plan is to complete this work by winter so that we may return next spring for a stadium groundbreaking ceremony.
We're here to move ground on a $250 million private sector investment. Some might say, well, geez, shouldn't we wait for the bid to come through before we actually move ground? Well, I hope that this serves today as a statement of high confidence about where we stand with Major League Soccer. Because we're moving ground before any formal announcement, because we're gonna get Major League Soccer here in Sacramento. I really want to thank Kevin Nagel. It's a statement to say, this is the community I want to invest in. I think he sees what we all see and experience the community I want to invest in. I think he sees what we all see and experience every day, a community that's hungry for more.
It's really special for our group and for our team, for all the people that put, the blood, sweat, and tears to build this brand, to really, be here to see the first step of the stadium. And for the ownership group and Kevin Nagel and his team, and it's just amazing that they're going to, spend type of money well before an award. But it also shows the confidence we have in ourselves and in the community.
Such a great event, Rob. Really, you had the mayor there, you had some council members bringing the community together, and really, I think, a great, fantastic move by Sacramento's ownership to get this site teed up, ready to go.
Well, it definitely says Sacramento is ready to go. They are ready for MLS, just trying to bring it home. Well, can the Republic hear it home? Bring it home and bring home a couple more goals here. We'll be right back. Halftime show continues right here on the CW31.
For centuries, few have been brave enough to face the Riptide. Until now. Golfland Sunsplash is home to Riptide, the 6-story raft ride everyone's talking about, with an adrenaline rush of thrills, chills, and fun. Don't miss Riptide, along with the 6-story freefall on Double Dare, plus Thunder Falls, Master Blaster, and Storm Rider. That's over 30 rides and attractions for the whole family, only at Golfland Sunsplash in Roseville. Get your online savings today at golfland.com.
This is your RAM Auto Update.
It's the Roseville Auto Mall Factory Certified Sales Event going on now.
Great service, great cars, everything about them is amazing.
A sale like this means incredible savings on just about every kind of car in the world.
I got exactly what I wanted.
There's a huge selection with great pricing and exceptional financing.
I got a super deal. Both cars were great, and they run awesome, and the deal was terrific.
You'll enjoy the perfection of a factory certified vehicle at the Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
For centuries, few have been brave enough to face the Riptide. Until now. Golfland Sunsplash is home to Riptide, the 6-story raft ride everyone's talking about, with an adrenaline rush of thrills, chills, and fun. Don't miss Riptide, along with the 6-story freefall on Double Dare, plus Master Blaster, and Storm Rider. That's over 30 rides and attractions for the whole family, only at Golfland Sunsplash in Roseville. Get your online savings today at golfland.com.
This is your RAM Auto Update.
It's the Roseville Auto Mall Factory Certified Sales Event going on now.
Great service, great cars, everything about them is amazing.
A sale like this means incredible savings on just about every kind of car in the world.
I found exactly what I wanted.
There's a huge selection with great pricing and exceptional financing.
I got a super deal. Both cars were great, and they run awesome, and the deal was terrific.
You'll enjoy the perfection of a factory certified vehicle at the Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
Here we are, our eyes wide open. We see the road ahead. We're part of something bigger. We're the dreamers, the heroes, the ones who change our communities, build our cities, are passionate about compassion. There are more like you here than unlike you. So take hold and see yourself in the present. See that vision unfold among others. Redefine the possible. Redefine you.
News, traffic, weather, and this.
All day.
And this.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. You realize that's my truck. Game.
And this.
It's not weird if Darwin puts his face and mouth on your ears. It's only weird if you like it.
And this.
You guys, the tomato strike is here! Yay! Yay!
Good day. Every morning on CW31.
You each drive a Ford pickup, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you a next generation pickup.
Awesome. Let's do this.
The bed is made of high strength steel, which is less susceptible to punctures than aluminum.
The stronger the better.
And best of all, this new truck is actually the current Chevy Silverado.
It's the Chevy Summer Drive. Get a total value of $9,600 or get 0% financing for 60 months on this Silverado All-Star. See your greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
If you like hot dogs but hamburgers too, Wiener Schnitzel's new burgers are just for you. We've got burgers, 4 different burgers.
We kind of always had them, but they're way better now.
New burgers, new burgers, our new flavors. Our new burgers are made the Wiener Schnitzel way. That means they're good. Wiener Schnitzel's burgers are better than ever. Whether you're craving barbecue bacon or blazing guac, our 4 burgers are a mouthful of yum. Only at Wiener Schnitzel.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park here, where the Republic are taking on the Whitecaps too in this USL matchup, as there's no score here at the break. Let's take a look at our NorCal Honda highlights here at the half. And it's been a back and forth, wide open game, Kevin, early on, as we saw a great combination play from the Republic early on. Caesar, Ochoa, and Nisha all getting involved.
Yeah, we saw it a couple times. Nisha's got a good attempt towards target here, kind of off that right foot, just misses. But I tell you what, the first 10-15 minutes were dominated by those 3 players, Ochoa, Caesar, and Nisha. Unfortunate for them for not getting on the goal, but you see this, a couple good little moves across the face of the goal. Unfortunate, like I said, for Sacramento to not be able to put something in the back of net in the first 10-15 minutes.
And you look at those chances, and it seemed like the energy high, the pace was there. Sacramento saw Caesar really take command early on here. You had Augustine Caceres moving up.
Yeah, Caesar with the header across over the top of the goal. Well done to get up as high as he did. That ball comes from Ochoa, and I think Ochoa's become that provider more recently. So hopefully he can get himself in the box more, maybe be the goal scorer for the second half.
And then how about Vancouver, as Thomas Sander almost with a goal here, as Sacramento lulling it to sleep here. They got a wake-up call on that play.
Yeah, Sander should have done better there. I think even if you're being real particular, Evan Newton needs to come out, be strong right there, and dominate that 6-yard box, because that's his 6-yard box.
And then finally, late clearance there by the Whitecaps 2 as well. So Sacramento and Whitecaps 2 all tied up here. No score after 45 minutes of play. And if we take a look at our first half stats now, and really possession dominated by Sacramento, but Kevin, Whitecaps 2 have had their chances.
Yeah, and you look at also, I mean, the counterattack chances that Vancouver had. I think, like we mentioned, Sander probably should be on the board. Sacramento probably should have 1 or 2 as well, but the corner kicks is another one. It shows you how often Sacramento is in that final third and pressing and putting pressure on Vancouver, which is one of the stats I really look at right now.
Well, let's take a look at our upcoming schedule now, as Sacramento will be on the road next Sunday at 2 o'clock against the Portland Timbers 2. And then, Kevin, the schedule gets a lot tougher. You've got Reno, you've got Swoll Park in the mix here. Sacramento's got a great opportunity here in the next not including tonight, but even next week as well, to pick up 6 points.
Yeah, they got a big 45 minutes right here, Rob.
And then let's take a look at our Western Conference standings here. Hanging around that 5th, 6th place here, 3 points tonight would put them right back in 5th place, just a point behind Reno. And you could see those two teams battling out here as the season drags on.
Yeah, and like we talked about probably a couple weeks ago, this is the final of the 3 games that Sacramento we felt needed to get results and get at least 7 points out of. And here's an opportunity for them tonight to kind of to really solidify that and those numbers for them to be competing coming in this August month.
Well, it might be top heavy in the West, but in the East is going to be a battle to the very end. Charlotte, Charleston, Tampa Bay, and Louisville all right there in the mix.
Yeah, 12 points separating 1st and 9th place. So, I mean, really important for the East right now, if you're playing over there, to start to get results and try to separate yourself and build on some momentum.
And let's take a look at the USL power rankings. No doubt about it. The top teams coming right there, predominantly out of the West here, as you've got the Real Monarchs with 48 points. That's the best in the USL. San Antonio right there with 41. How about Swope Park, though? They've played very well. And then Sacramento right now in 9th place, but I know we've talked about it. I don't think Paul Buckle cares at all about power rankings. What he cares about is hoisting a trophy at the end of the year.
No, I mean, the only thing that they're really pushing for is top 4 in the West. That's the most important thing. Give yourself a home game. Give yourself a chance to have as much success at home as possible in terms of winning the league, win points. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all that matters is winning the cup, and that's in playoffs. And so you got to peek into the playoffs right now. Put yourself in the top 4, give you a really good opportunity and chance to play at home and go deep into the playoffs.
Well, join us next Sunday, 2 o'clock. Portland Timbers 2 on the CW31. A great lineup that continues throughout the season on the home of the Republic, the CW31. If you're away through Sacramento region, you can also catch us on the YouTube stream as well. Got a good one here, Kevin. It's been wide open. It's been fun between these two sides. Sacramento continuing to have good looks at it. If you're Vancouver, you trying to continue to do what you're doing, or are you trying to now try to change things up a little bit?
You got to change it up. I mean, honestly, Vancouver has been so sluggish and for lack of a better word, lazy, not tracking runners, not really doing what they should be doing, the fundamentals. Sacramento needs to come out, I think, notch it up a gear or two and come out pressing and come out strong in the second half.
Well, news that we did not get to in the pregame show, but we should alert you to this tonight, as there has been a new signing for Sacramento just announced today. Hayden Partain out of Wake Forest, a 22-year-old originally from Frisco, Texas, signed today officially to play some midfield. He's in the 18 tonight, so an opportunity for him to get out on the field, and he's been training with the team the last couple of weeks. Paul Buckle kind of labels him as a lively player.
Yeah, lively player for sure. He gets out on the flanks and can move quickly, likes to take people on 1v1, kind of that technical, cheeky type player. Comes from a great school, Wake Forest, with a wonderful historic program. Plays a lot of big games back in the ACC. So, I mean, he's no stranger to any of that. Just needs to get his professional career off the ground, and is a great opportunity here in Sacramento, where I think that position and that sort of player is needed. The lively player to kind of shake things up, especially even at night. Wouldn't be surprised to see him come in and get his debut.
And for Sacramento, he was referred to from a friend of Paul Buckle, and Paul Buckle said, okay, let's give it a chance. And he said he was impressed right away, just the way that he came in and was willing to work hard and push this team a little bit. And so we should announce that with his signing, there was the release. And while it has not been officially announced, Daniel Triggett-Smith is no longer with the Sacramento Republic.
Yeah, DTS goes back over the pond, as they say. So unfortunate for Sacramento, but it's the nature of the business. Unfortunate for DTS, but like I said, nature of the business, it's bound to happen. It's never a fun feeling, but we wish all the best for DTS, and hopefully you find some success at the next club he's going to be at.
Well, here we go. 45 minutes to play here. Sacramento trying to snag 3 points at home here and remain in the top 5 of the USL Western Conference here. And we are underway. A little physical play along that right side. Christian comes up. We've seen Christian and Emra Clemente having quite a few conversations with Farhan Danko here tonight. And as a center back, how much did you engage with the referee?
I was a talker, as they say, Rob.
I wouldn't have noticed that.
More of a shouter, maybe, often. And that just comes down to personal preference. I felt when I was talking to the referee, I just kept engaged with the game. I'm sure referees might think something differently or thought something differently about me, but whatever, it's in the past. I apologize to everyone. But yeah, you see them doing that, and it's part of the game too, I think, where you can have a little bit of influence. You're typically in the middle of the pitch and you're around the referee, and you're always trying. You're always edging, looking for that extra little edge, and talking to the referee sometimes helps that.
Bad giveaway for the Whitecaps too, so it'll be a throw for the Republic. And Trevin Caesar throws it in, and the Sacramento Republic will work it back around. Now here's Amber Clemente. And Sander with some great size, had a good look in the first 45 minutes of play.
Yeah, and you'd expect a guy his size, his capabilities in the air to do better with that chance. And really, you think if that chance goes in,
they might be
absolute
back
devastating. Oh, they would have parked the bus. They kind of already are parking the bus, to be honest.
Over the top, looking for James Kiffey, making a nice run. Some believe he should already be playing in the MLS. Cutting back in again, one of the best on the ball. With his right foot now, looking for Ochoa. Find the feet, the boot of Wilson Nishaw. Back to Nishaw. Nishaw trying to keep possession, finding now Kiffey. Kiffey deep in the box, a left-footed Kiffey sliding in. Here's Nishaw just with a bit of a lane, mishandles it. And just couldn't keep his foot on the ball, but back to Kiffey again.
Patience here. It's patience now, Kiffey.
Republic have been resilient tonight. Just have not able to put one in the back of the net. Couple of good looks early on. Curling ball by Christian.
Both your center backs lay up the pitch.
Here's Clemente now. Caceres. In front of him is Ochoa. Now Clemente and Blackwood. And Clemente will retreat for at least the moment. Look at Sacramento. Everyone crossed the midpoint line except for Evan Newton.
You know, I like the aggressiveness, but still, you have to be patient in that final third. That's one of the things I think Sacramento's dealt with and struggled with for the last 2 years, as being patient in the final third and don't force the ball when it's not on. Chance to break.
Up top here, Caesar the right side. Gardner couldn't hang on to it for the Whitecaps too. Trinidad Tobago star near the byline. He's been deadly here tonight. Sends it across the face of the goal. No one making a run. Nishaw a little bit late to it. He'll circle back up around. Now Nishaw along the touchline as it runs out of play.
It's a great ball in. And you have to have the belief. I think it's Nishaw or somebody on that outside left. Crash that side, maybe even Blackwood. Blackwood might have been out of position after everything's kind of been organized there for the last 30 seconds or so. But still, great ball across the face. Good job on that right side by Trevin Caesar.
Sacramento 28 points on the season. Picked up 3 at home against Portland, against Seattle. They've got Portland next week. And a foul here closest to us, Marco Bustos getting up. Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. And how fun is Marco Bustos to watch? He's 20 years of age. Was on the U23 team in 2014, added to the Whitecaps 2 team in 2015, and he's been a star for them. He's moved up and down.
Yeah, he's kind of come through the ranks.
With a bright future.
Yeah, come through the ranks of Vancouver. Start to see a lot more of that here in the years to come, as finally this system's been set up where you have this ability to stay with one club.
And they've put in some construction, have built some brand new facilities out there as well. I mean,
dynamite.
What a place to stay if you're a teenager and playing soccer.
Unreal, unreal setup.
Valadissimo had a couple of chances here tonight. Winning the ball is Wilson Nishaw for Sacramento. Now it's James Kiffey on the ball. Putting pressure is Caden Chung. And it'll be Chris Christian to send it into the crowd. Last time Vancouver won a match was on June 4th. It was a 1-0 victory over Portland, and it was Marco Bustos' goal that would prove to be the game winner in that contest. Since that time, Kevin, 9 matches. Here they are in the number 10 match, where they have yet to pick up a victory. And another mistake by the Republic and an easy throw for the Whitecaps too. How demoralizing can that be for a young team to battle, especially what happened on Wednesday night?
It could be a struggle for any team, young, old, or in between. You start to deal with those struggles. They compound, they kind of snowball in each other.
Here's Caden Chung trying to work his way into the 18. Balladissimo picks it up. Chung still fighting with it. Balladissimo back. A sliding tackle. Christian was lucky not to pick up a foul again. That's 2 times tonight. Sacramento has had a big challenge.
Anytime you go down in the box like that as a center back, I still get a little bit of a scare.
Well, here's Chick-fil-A corner kick. It will be Marco Bustos. Can he get the Whitecaps 2 on the board? They've had a couple of chances. It's been the Republic who have dominated this match. With the left foot, strikes it deep, looking for DeVries, bounces around, and out of play. It'll be another corner kick for the Whitecaps, who just their second tonight. They come in consecutive order.
They're coming out strong a little bit. Last couple minutes, they got a good little pep in their step. We haven't seen in that first half, but this is what you want for Vancouver. You want to be able to try to fight and set pieces happen. All of a sudden, it's a much better chance for those guys maybe to nick a goal.
Here is Thomas Gardner to take the Chick-fil-A corner kick. Farad Danko, the referee, instructing Gardner to get that in the proper position here.
You got a lot
inside
of height,
the line.
A lot of height on Vancouver
Ball
as well.
Curling in, headed away by Christian.
So if you're Vancouver, anytime there's a set piece in these situations, corner kick or free kick, you got the height, you got the bodies to be dangerous. It's just a matter of executing. I think for the way things have gone in the first half, it's a perfect opportunity for them to try to nick one.
Dangerous ball here as Caden Chung comes up to play it. James Kiffey cuts it off instead. Looking up over the top for Trevin Caesar. Picking it up here now is Meyer Bevan. Bevan and company will move forward along the left side of the pitch. Easy play along that right side. Here comes Emer Clementa showing that pace. He looks good here. Caesar in the middle. Ochoa to his far out. Ball bobbled away. Cleared by Francis DeVries, who's come up big time and time again tonight for that back line for the Whitecaps too.
Tell you what, it's a pretty good run by Clementa down that right side. He's kind of going full pace at that point when he's trying to serve the ball in the box. Only has 2 runners with Sammy Ochoa and Trevin Caesar in there. If it wasn't for DeVries, I think that ball is going to trickle to the back post to find Ochoa. It's a good ball, difficult skill by Emer Clementa on a full clip, trying to serve a good ball into the box.
And we might see the newcomer. And here's ball curled in swinger looking for Christian. Wilson Nishaw battling with Thomas Gardner. Nishaw has been fighting and won most of the duels tonight. Credit to him for getting it going. Dumps it off to Christian L. Christian low cross set in, looking for Ochoa, and it's cleared away. So we might see Hayden Partain here as he's getting instruction from the coaching staff on the Republic sideline. And another corner kick for Sacramento. The 4th corner kick of the half. Each team now with 2, and it's James Kiffey again. This will be an outswinger.
The runs haven't been that crisp for Sacramento here on these set pieces. Need to turn that around a little bit and sharpen up.
Emer Clementa moving forward. Ball sent in, looking for Clementa. Now it's going to be Blackwood who takes a swing.
Decent effort by Blackwood. I like the idea. I think it's the right decision. Ball's bouncing back to you. Take it off the volley. It's just skill and execution kind of lack. Let him down a little bit there.
It's a hard ball to hit when it comes up high to your waist that way too.
Yeah, trying to get your knee over that ball is difficult. Takes some athleticism right there.
USL, one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date. USLsoccer.com, at USL on Twitter.
Yeah,
gorgeous night, beautiful breeze here between the Whitecaps 2 and the Republic at Papa Murphy's Park. Spencer Ritchie has been busy tonight. His defense, led by Francis DeVries, has come up big time and time again to keep this a scoreless match. Republic have dominated in the possession. To the right side again. Chance for Sacramento, lofted in, looking for Blackwood. Coming out and making a beautiful save is Spencer Ritchie. Ritchie just came up and snagged it out of the air.
It's a good ball in. Great ball in there by Elliot Horvath. Maybe a little bit too much snow on it, but still really good job by Spencer Ritchie coming out through some traffic. Being brave and brings that ball down and saves, looks like probably Sammy Ochoa over there on that far post, who is lurking. Ball probably would have landed or come to him. if it wasn't for the brave Spencer Ritchie.
So Ritchie coming up big. And here it is, though. Wilson Nishaw's night is over. Great night, very active for number 8, but making his debut, Hayden Partain, who has just announced his signing earlier this week, already moving forward. Good ball here. What a great start for him. Finding Tyler Blackwood in stride. Blackwood along the byline, cutting it in. Chance for Sacramento. Ochoa falling near the line, can't get it to go, and the Whitecaps too cleared away.
Good build-up, I tell you. Partain coming in, making an immediate impact. And a great run there by Blackwood with the outside of the right foot. Probably just a little bit of a mistimed run by Sammy Ochoa inside that 6-yard box. Sammy needs people to go with him there.
How does the Republic not score there? Be a question Ochoa will be asking himself quite often tonight. Just not able to sneak it in. Sacramento had plenty of chances here tonight, Kevin. Ochoa with a big bump there, easy foul called as Cole Seiler heads to the turf. Surprising though to see Thomas Sander here, one of the bigger guys on the turf. Sammy Ochoa put some bruises on some guys. We haven't really seen the physical play from Thomas Sander yet.
Yeah, it might be product of the game a little bit too.
And Bustos gets picked by Jeremy Hall. Bustos nearly wins it back, and Hall will try to shield and lets it roll out of play.
Probably a product of the game a little bit, Rob, where Vancouver really isn't playing. It's a tough challenge right there.
And there's a big challenge, and Cole Seiler comes out, and they go head to head with Seiler and Ochoa is still down. Another chance at it. Ochoa just got knocked in the back of the head. That's going to hurt for a while. And they're going to probably test him to see if he's okay. And Ochoa wants a card, and he's having a word with Farad Dodko, saying he went to the head. How do you not call that? I think it's a tough challenge. Two players going for the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Seiler's probably a little bit aggressive there, trying to maybe use his forearm to get himself some leverage there as well. I think the contact's incidental. I can tell you this, if you're going up for a ball, there's no chance you ever want to make contact with someone else's head. And so the concussion protocol being brought out.
Well, especially for Vancouver, if Seiler is going to take a look at, so it'll be 10 men on the field for Vancouver at the moment. And Ochoa, and it'll be 10 men for Republic as well.
Good touch.
Blackwood again, just too heavy. But with Wilson Nishaw out, yeah, you're seeing a little bit more freedom for Tyler Blackwood.
Well, you're going to see a little bit of a change formation right here, probably with the addition of Partain coming out here. He'll probably slide out left or give Blackwood a little bit of room to go forward more.
They're almost in a 4-1-4. We'll have to see how it shapes up, but it looks like to me now you've seen Caesar move out to the right side. I mean, almost a 4-1-4.
Oh, you're right. Maybe the diamond's coming back a little bit with Jeremy Hall underneath it.
Caesar.
And then up top would be Ochoa playing that striker role.
Caesar patiently waiting. Partain spins it out wide. Elliott Horde in stride, picking it up. Picked up by Bevan. Here's Partain. His first touch to Tyler Blackwood was a beauty. Sacramento nearly converting on a goal. Having to save the day there for a moment. Jeremy Hall.
Good ball.
Ball sent over here. Now it's James Kiffey. Kiffey going against Chung. Ball sent deep, looking for Caesar. And it's out of play.
Good ball. It's a good ball by Clementa. Good touch by Kiffey. Good service in the box. Just don't think you want that ball laying into Trevin Caesar. He's not the best in the air. You probably want Blackwood on that. Maybe Ochoa, but still, Trevin Caesar does a really good job trying to get his head on it and redirect it on target.
And Taron Campbell will come in for the Whitecaps too when he gets an opportunity. Now, Taron did score against the Republic to take a 1-0 advantage last time these two teams met on June 14th, and it was a 2-1 victory for Sacramento as Ochoa and Caesar came up with goals. Blackwood, Ochoa going to give it a go, trying to sneak it near post, and it tags the tarps behind him, so Spencer Ritchie will watch it go, and then he'll watch his teammate come into the match. So Campbell in for for Thomas Sanner. And Sanner's night is over. Had a good look on a header early on, and since that point has not been able to do it. But you look at the scouting point for Terran Campbell, not the paciest of strikers, but he's very good at finding space, and that's one thing that have not had a lot of here tonight.
Yeah, you see the addition of Campbell too. I mean, this guy's just, it's a specimen out there.
Just 18 years of age, Kevin. Clementa gambling through to Blackwood. Blackwood with a quick touch, falling. Gives it a chance for Seiler, and there will be a restart here in the middle of the park. Summer camps are underway for the Republic, taking place across the region in Sacramento. Keeper Wars are also included in some of these. To learn more, visit sacrepublicfc.com. Great combination here for the Whitecaps too, sending it toward goal into the arms of Evan Newton.
Good chance to break.
Has now matched his appearance total from a year ago with 14. Blackwood. Good play there on the right side by Matthew Baladissimo.
So look, 60 minutes here, 62nd minute right now. Let's see what sort of, we got Vancouver making some decisions, some tactical decisions and substitutions. Looks like Paul's kind of walking down right now. We'll see what sort of decisions that Sacramento does, if they're fine with the way things are going right now, if they're gonna mix it up. You know, in my mind, these guys have had 60 minutes against a side that has not performed well and haven't been able to get a goal. I think some sort of changes are gonna be needed relatively soon. But it'll be interesting to see how this match shakes out here in the last 30 minutes on what sort of decisions the managers are going to be making.
Well, our Jiffy Lube substitution brings in Michael Baladissimo, so the Baladissimo brothers into the match together, and a little bit more pressure now coming from this Whitecaps 2 team as Marco Bustos moves to the top, and they kind of fall into a 4-2-2.
I'll tell you what, I think Vancouver's done a good job out here in the second half. You talk about this pressure, Rob, that Vancouver's putting on. And I think that's been the key to their success here in the second half, or at least slowing Sacramento down, making it difficult for them to play out of the back. Has paid dividends for them.
See how Meyer Bevan lines up. So this 4-3-3 is something Whitecaps 2 have fallen into. They've played a various number of formations on the year. We saw them in a 4-2-3-1, a 3-1-4-2 at times. It's interesting to see what they try to find formation where they'll give them some success. They have been unsuccessful in really owning possession here tonight. They've not been able to control the ball very often. It has been Sacramento who has dominated in that category, but it remains scoreless between these two sides.
Still goes back to what I was saying earlier. I think you still got to move the ball quickly if you're Sacramento. 1 and 2 touches. And move it with conviction when you can.
Elliot Horde got away with a handball there. Goes down, and the assistant referee calling a foul on Declan Wynn, and Declan Wynn will get a yellow card. That's the second tonight. Yellow cards brought to you by McDonald's. Seymour got one in the 7th, and now here in the 64th. Or is that going to go against, or is it Terran Campbell? It's Terran Campbell. So Terran Campbell picks up the second yellow card of the match, his first.
So you got an outswinger here again. I'd love to see James Kiffey on this ball, if I'm being honest. But a chance here for Sacramento. I mean, there's work to be done here. 25 minutes to go.
Jeremy Hall will stand over it.
And it's an opportunity for Sacramento to score. It's got to have crisp, sharp runs. The fundamentals again, Rob, is what I'm talking about.
More than an hour has gone by without a Republic goal. They've had multiple chances. This one's lofted in. Good look for Sacramento. Off the line, a save by Spencer Ritchie. And it was Chris Christian looking for his second goal on the season. Could not get it.
What?
And again, Ritchie with a big save.
What a save. World-class save right there by Spencer Ritchie going down to his right. Makes a huge, huge save right at his boots. About as difficult of a save as you're going to see a goalkeeper make, and does a wonderful job, Spencer Ritchie, keeping Chris Christian out of the back of the net.
How many times have we seen opponent goalkeepers have the game of their lives? Spencer Ritchie having the best of his season so far. Lofted high, outstretched, and plucks it out of the air.
Wow,
the 24-year-old from Seattle, Washington is having a night.
Tell you what, does a great job. Just gets down to his right, swipes at it with the bare paw, keeping his team in the match. You talk about these saves that these goalkeepers make. I mean, that's something that keeps your team obviously in the game, but it's a huge momentum boost. And so frustrating if you're Sacramento to know how much hard work you've put in. You finally put a really good effort on target, on goal. Should be 1-0 Sacramento, but your goalkeeper keeps you in. It's just the momentum that it creates for a side.
Nifty move here from Christian, poking it forward to Caesar just a little too hard, and Caesar just not able to get there. Last nicked by the Whitecaps too. A corner kick coming up, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
That's a good feeling as a center back. Really good feeling as a center back coming up the park, putting it through some wickets.
And how many times, Kevin, have we seen Spencer Ritchie make a move here tonight that just gets the right direction, comes up big, has come through on set pieces. He has been the MVP for the Whitecaps too tonight. Keeping this scoreless here at Papa Murphy's Park. It's James Kiffey, an in-swinger here. Ochoa, Christian, all the way back too long, and trying to keep it in play is Tyler Blackwood, and it goes over the line. I don't know about that.
Linesman's not making the call here? How are you going to have a view of that?
Boys in Old Glory Red will be back on the CW 31 in Papa Murphy's Park when they play never rival Reno 1868, August 19th, kickoff 8 o'clock. Tickets start at $20. SacRepublicFC.com.
Move the ball, move it quickly, move it sharply.
Ochoa and company have had their chances here, and if you're Paul Buckle, you've got to feel pretty good about the way you've played moving forward. You just haven't been able to put one in the back of the net. They've given themselves a chance. It's all you can ask for. But a big 3 points on the line here is Baladissimo and Tyler Blackwood.
Blackwood's got to do a little better there. That touch, his first move.
And I think Cole Seiler's night might be over as he's down on a knee here, and they're going to bring in the training staff. That's going to be their last substitution of the night as well, Kevin. How does that change things?
Well, you're taking out one of your center backs. I think he's had a pretty good night tonight. If that means if his night is for sure done, you see some guys on the bench for Vancouver. It looks like Gloria Amanda.
Either that is going to be Chris Serban, or Baladissimo could move back. But it's going to be Gloria Amanda, you're right. So we'll probably have some position changes as Cole Seiler is being attended to on the side.
Tell you what, I mean, like this might not be the worst thing for Vancouver. You're obviously changing defender for a striker, offensive-minded substitution here, but that might be what it needs, what Vancouver needs right now to really kind of, you know, turn this game on its head a little bit, and also could be what Sacramento needs. They might need Seiler to be out. I think he's had a great game tonight. You know, are they going to go to a 3-5-2 Vancouver with this substitution? Tell you what, though, it's going to change the complexity and the dynamic of this game drastically for the last 20 minutes.
And so Gloria Amanda will go up. And potentially Will Seymour's looking to.
Yeah, we got a lot of hands.
Fagan saying, what are we doing?
A lot of questions being asked right now. And no answers being given, so.
And how the Republic, how do you respond here and make something happen?
Put the foot on the pedal, Rob.
Well, Seymour has smartly worked his way back into that center back position. Chris Christian battling. Shoulder to shoulder, an elbow to the face, and going down from the elbow of Jeremy Hall. It appears it's going to be
Bevan.
It's Meyer Bevan who's slow to get up.
So this is what Sacramento, you want this pace to be, the tempo of the game to be up tempo. You don't want Vancouver to be able to kill the game. Great little first touch there by Amanda.
Gloria Amanda, but he commits the foul. So Gloria Amanda, 2 goals and assist on the year, and has been with the U18 team for the last couple of seasons. And another youngster, just 18 years of age from Alberta, Canada, trying to make a difference in this one.
Second balls.
Caesar with a high boot.
I mean, we haven't mentioned Caesar a lot here in this second half. He's done one or two good things. But if you're the striker for Sacramento or striker for any club, you need to be a little bit more active.
Here's Bustos. Last year named the 20 under 20 in USL. Talked about his rising status. He's got 6 goals on the season. Hasn't had a good look here tonight against the Republic. Did not play last time these two teams met.
Bustos had that chance. I mean, his first half, I think he's been unlucky not to get a penalty awarded. Move the ball quickly, Sacramento.
I think Emmer Clementa quite lucky to escape that one. Crowd looking for a goal to finally find the net here. And a tough giveaway there, and I think Sacramento just caught a break by Gloria Amanda, not able to keep it at his feet. A throw for James Kiffey. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. We appreciate you joining us for this one on a great night at Papa Murphy's Park. A wide open match between these two sides. It's been back and forth. Sacramento with the early chances dominating that first 15 minutes of play, but there have been opportunities for the Whitecaps too. Here's a good chance here. Ball crossed in and just not angled properly. An easy play for Evan Newton.
Another thing to think about here in those last 20 minutes, Rob, is Vancouver playing Wednesday night, Sacramento having the weekend off. I mean, Sacramento should just have their foot on the pedal right now and bring in the game to Vancouver.
Well, especially with no more substitutions on Vancouver's side. They've used all 3.
It's too slow, too slow.
Republic have 2 substitutions left. Here's Partain.
See the stagnation in the box. You got Blackwood in, Ochoa standing around. I like how they recycled this to the left side. Great step.
Great little step here by Partain. Looks left, goes right. Blackwood keeps it in play as the ball is missed out. Now it's going to be a cross in, a little flick.
God, Blackwood, that's a good look, man. You're on the top of that, right on the penalty spot. Ball's coming in. It's curling with the right footer into your direction. I think that technique needs to be a little bit better to find target by Blackwood.
CW31, home to the most fun and informative shows on television. It's Good Day Sacramento when you need news, traffic, and weather and more. It's Good Day Sacramento, taking things off 4:30 every weekday morning, 7 o'clock on the weekends. Trying to get something going. Well, the Whitecaps too. A couple substitutions coming up for the Republic. We're going to have Harry Williams and Gabe Gissy into this match. To the right side, Horde. Scott Caesar in the middle, Ochoa trailing as well. Horde's going to have to recycle back. Partain has looked good. Quick step. Paul Buckle calling him lively. I think it's a great adjective for him. Another misstep there by Jeremy Hall. Jeremy Hall and Chris Christian are the most steady players in the Republic. They've made a couple of mistakes tonight, which is not something you usually see from those two.
Yeah, not very common for either of them.
I think Paul Buckle on his bench is maybe exactly what this team needs. They just need like a kick here, a little boost to the lineup here. Can Harry Williams and Gabe Gissy deliver when they get in?
Wonderful ball.
Beautiful switch. Kiffey cutting it back in. Back to Blackwood. Caesar's got nothing but space here, moving it back into traffic, running into Gardner, and Caesar goes down. Now a counter by Bevan and the Whitecaps. Stays just on sides. Clementa gets back. Now it's Bevan going 1v1. To the left foot he goes, to the top, Bustos. Bustos against Partain. Bustos, a big save by Evan Newton.
Well done by Evan Newton. That's how quick things change if you're Sacramento. That's why you need to take your chances. We talked about them, the keys of the game. When you have these chances, you got to take them. You got to put the ball in the back of the net. Otherwise, situations like that can be absolutely drastic for your side. You go from potentially thinking about winning a game to losing a game and dropping all 3 points really, really quickly. But a good save by Evan Newton there. Big, strong right hand, is able to collect it. Keeps it in play. No corner kick given. It's well done by Evan.
Ooh. And Caesar called it on a handball?
It looked like a handball. Look at it, I mean,
a little shoulder.
The movement was there. I'm not sure exactly where the contact was, but.
And they're going to make the substitutions now. So out comes Sammy Ochoa, and in comes Harry Williams, a 20-year-old from England, the Prince of Quails. Has a goal on the season. Can he make it too and become the hero tonight? Or will it be Gabe Gissy, who's going to replace Trevin Caesar? I thought a pretty good run between Caesar, Nisha, and Ochoa tonight. A trio that has been fairly dominant. 16 goals between the three of them on the year. But what does Gissy Williams give you here tonight that those other two, or other three, I really should say, were not able to accomplish?
Well, I tell you what, I think a disappointing night first and foremost for those guys, Trevin Caesar and Sammy Ochoa, playing against this young side in Vancouver. And for them not to come away with at least a goal is a bit disappointing. But here, you know, with Harry Williams, I think it adds a little bit better. You know, Harry's done a great job coming off the bench, so I like the substitution. Harry being able to, a guy that finds himself in a lot of good positions up in the final third of the pitch.
Look at this run here, working combination play, fancy work here from Blackwood to the right side. Gissy getting his first touch, sends the ball in, looking for Clementa. Clementa can't head it in the right direction, and Gloria Amanda able to come up with it.
And Gissy just providing, you know, flat out pace on that right flank.
Giffey grew up in Pennsylvania, headed back there, little back heel, looking for Harry Williams from Tyler Blackwood. But Gabe Gissy, a youngster, the youngest player to appear in a match before Robert Hadigan came in and overtook that record a few nights ago, or a few weeks ago, I should say. Stay up to date, coast to coast. Mike Watts, Sirius XM. It's at 4 o'clock Pacific. Channel 85 if you're on your dial. You can also learn more about Sirius XM FC and the USL Game of the Week, uslsoccer.com. Matthew Balladissimo, the 19-year-old, playing with his brother, the 17-year-old Michael Balladissimo, as Michael checking in as a substitution. A substitute a little bit ago. Will Seymour has moved back to that center back position. Good defensive midfielder as well. Sacramento, we've talked about the chances they've had tonight. This crowd just waiting to erupt. They've seen Spencer Ritchie come up with 3 big saves on the evening. Public also got away with what could have been a penalty in the box by Emra Clementa, set up for Marco Bustos. So neither side able to convert. 12 minutes and possibly some change here to play at Papa Murphy's Park here. Hall looking forward. If he can get to it, Williams is going to be onside. And
it's a linesman.
Are they calling it offside or a foul?
They call a foul. The linesman, flag happy linesman over there.
And the Boo Birds come out.
Tell you what,
and it's Michael Zapata. Or no, excuse me, it's Stephen McGonigal.
Nothing more frustrating as a player to look over, see the linesman waving his flag, wanting to get himself involved.
Bevan near the byline sends a cross in. Easy play for Evan Newton again tonight. Yeah. Evan Newton's about 11 minutes away from getting a clean sheet, but he'd like to see the boys in front of him.
You know, this game feels eerily similar to the frustrating times that Sacramento had maybe about a year to 2 years ago, where
you're really going to bring that up? You're going to jinx this?
Yeah, you know, just got to be honest here.
Christian over the top. Here's Blackwood, and that's what Blackwood is so dominant. It's when he can get out in the open field and fly. Gonna have to wait for a teammate. As James Kiffey trails from behind, tried past Gloria Amanda, easily does it. Cuts back to the middle. Giffey gonna give it a big swing. Ricochets, falls back to Blackwood. Now it's Blackwood's turn, goes down in the box, and a penalty kick for the Republic, and a chance to take a 1-0 lead.
Got a cramp right there. Looks like he's going down. It might have been Baldissimo.
Republic catch a huge break. Another look at it, and Kevin, that one's close, right on the line. Cuts him though as he steps across the line.
Yeah, looks like, you know, Blackwood knows where he's at in the pitch. Is right on the corner of the 18-yard box. Goes in, makes his move. Contacts there. Goes down. You got Dadko right there. Makes the call, penalty, and see Jeremy Hall grabbing the ball.
And how many times we've seen Jeremy Hall do this now? This is the 3rd time he's taken a penalty kick. He's 2 for 2. Can he make it 3 for 3 with the potential of 3 points on the line for Sacramento?
I mean, this is a big moment, obviously, in the game. This is a big moment in the season right now. You played well this game. You're battling against a side that you need to pick up 3 points, and you should be picking up 3 points against. Can he deliver? But I tell you what, I bet you Spencer Ritchie's feeling really good about himself after his save 10 or 15 minutes ago. Can he answer the call right here, or could Jeremy Hall calmly pass this ball behind him?
The veteran Jeremy Hall, 28 years of age, from Tampa, Florida, signed last year, strikes it, and he scores. It's 1-0 Sacramento in the 82nd minute, and the crowd here is loving it. They finally break through, Kevin.
I tell you what, pretty good penalty there by Jeremy Hall. Spencer Ritchie, there's nothing you're going to do about that one. Top corner. You see, that's what I like about Jeremy, that patience, the calm, cool run up, and just passes it the inside of the foot firmly into that top corner for the goal.
And this is the one issue soccer should find. That goal should somewhat belong to Tyler Blackwood as well. Individually made a great play to draw the foul and pick up the PK. But Jeremy Hall slots it home.
Yeah, we'll give him half an assist, Rob. How about that? We'll mark it in the books. We just created a new category, too.
I think he'll take a team winning 3 points if that's the least he can get.
Yeah, but what a penalty right there by Jeremy Hall. Composure there in the 80th minute to step up.
His 3rd goal for the Republic. Harry Williams and company once more. Williams sliding down the turf. He'll pick up the foul. It'll be a set piece for the Republic.
So now kill the game. This is part of the skill set that the team needs to learn. You got to figure out a way to kill this game. Take your time and try to run this game out.
You saw Caesar check back and look at the clock. He's going to take his time here. Farhad Donko and instructed the Whitecaps to take a step back. The Republic get things going anyway. Blackwood at his feet, finding Williams. A little high. Blackwood comes down with it. Spinning is Williams. It's in the box. Here's Jeremy Hall. Foul. Bustos, good combination. Trying to move it forward. And Gloria Amanda's had a bit of struggle since coming on as a substitute. We want every fan in every seat to have a voice in the club's future in a new MLS stadium. That's why Sacramento FC has launched the initiative Bring It Home. They're hosting a series of town hall meetings. Next one is August 15th. Talk about the art and culture tied to the stadium. SacRepublicFC.com.
Do yourself a favor and go check those out. It's really, really cool to see. You know, they're down to the finishes of the stadium they're talking about and what it means for the club and what it means for the city.
It's amazing, Kevin. 5 years ago, there wasn't even a blurb about Sacramento having a USL team, let alone an MLS franchise, and all the great work that has been done, and how exciting what we could be seeing built here at the rail yards in a matter of months. A little battle between Bustos and Jeremy Hall, and Jeremy Hall can do nothing but smile, especially he's got 3 points coming his way.
It's a good feeling as a player to know you're just frustrating somebody so much. I love it.
Crowd screaming for a McDonald's yellow card. I don't think they're going to get it.
What a reaction by Jeremy. I think it sums up his personality, too. Just always having a good time.
And you've got to know Jeremy pretty well. Here's Harry Williams. We'll get back to that in a moment. Jeremy could not be any of a nicer guy than you probably will meet. Great move by Partain, showing his skill. He's going to give it a go. He nearly scores in his debut.
That's a good first touch by Partain right there. I think like the little lively lad, as Paul and Graham would say, I'm sure. But you see him right there, does a really good job.
Hayden Partain. He is quick. He is good. He's exciting. I think Sacramento might find themselves a new fan favorite pretty soon here. Number 32 off the bench, making an impact. Tyler Blackwood, though, making the difference as he picks up the foul in the box. 2 straight games now. Whitecaps, too, have seen a foul called late in the game, and it could have a huge impact on the result. On Wednesday, it was a penalty on Zader in the 90th minute that ended up being a draw with Rio Grande Valley here tonight, it could mean a loss. As Jeremy Hall slots home the PK. Moving forward, Republic maintaining possession here. Make sure you stay up to date on the USL coast to coast with Mike Watts, 4 o'clock Mondays Pacific time, channel 85 on your Sirius XM radio. We've also got the game of the week as well. And Kiffey goes down, and now Busto's going to get a booking, no doubt about it. There comes that McDonald's yellow card. So that's the 3rd yellow card tonight for the Whitecaps. They had 3 on Wednesday as well. That one come on the 87th minute.
Bustos just late here. James Kiffey sees it coming. Just wears it.
So talk a little bit about this. We've talked how great of a player that we've seen James Kiffey really develop in front of our eyes. Paul Buckles even labeled him as potentially the best player on the team. Now, he didn't score a lot of goals. You don't see him do, but he does a lot of other things. And I always get some of the questions of why isn't James Kiffey in MLS already?
Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine is why he's not the next level. I think it's funny about this age where these players are a lot, you know, like Kiffey, Jeremy Hall, Sammy Ochoa, right? Where they're at that age, 25 years old and up, where you're essentially playing in the USL. You're almost a dinosaur, and hard for coaches and managers to take that risk and bring you up. I still think that Kiffey's could do a lot to any MLS side. And I tell you what, finding a left back is not an easy position for any manager or anybody to find. Look at what, you know, the U.S. national team for the last few years. Trying to find a consistent player at that left back position has been a big challenge for them, and it typically is for a lot of sides. And when you find a guy that's dependable and as solid as James Kiffey is, you thank you lucky stars you have him, but you would like to think that there would be some MLS clubs or other clubs out there looking to acquire a talented left back like James Kiffey is, because he's just steady Eddie. He's not, you know, he's not going to go run a 4-2 40. He's not going to go do a bunch of scissor step overs. He is shifty enough, as we always see. We talked about it in the first half. He just sets players up, sets defenders up to take them on 1v1 with a simple, like, Preki cut that is so effective and so deadly, yet so simple.
And he's deceivingly strong.
Deceivingly a good defender as well. 1v1 defending. He's strong enough. He works his feet well. Decision making's really good. He serves great balls in the box. You know, it's that funny thing about this USL league where you got players who always aspire. If you're playing well, you want to aspire to go to the next level, as you saw like Roro years ago, right? You don't want to lose a player like Kiffey, but I think you got a good point there, Rob. With interesting how no MLS team has come calling yet, or that answer. Kiffey hasn't picked up the phone, or for whatever reason, contracts, yada yada yada. Powers that be.
Well, I think a lot of Republic fans would be A-okay if this club does get MLS expansion, and number 15 is on that squad. Tyler Blackwood moving forward, cutting inside against Baladissimo, and he'll let it out of play to be a Chick-fil-A corner kick.
Kill another minute here.
This corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Crowd hoping to go home happy here. 3 points on the line for Sacramento if they can just kill the clock, and that's exactly what they're going to try to do in this corner. Is Tyler Blackwood and James Kiffey playing with it. Now Blackwood looking to break free a little bit, gives an opportunity for Bustos, who sends it upfield looking for Bevan, and a great recovery from James Kiffey.
Yeah, right on spot here.
Love when players make us look really smart.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget, next Sunday, Republic back in action, the CW31 at 2 o'clock. We have 3 minutes of Gilmore Services stoppage time. We need a dependable Sacramento HVAC company. Trust Gilmore Heating and Air. Gabe Gissy is going to work it into a corner.
Not funny. Oh, he
and
comes out.
He's able to come out of it somehow,
goes
splits
back.
the defenders, and he goes right back to it.
You're going to get kicked.
How about that from a youngster? That's learning how to
yeah,
play.
He's got a good head on his shoulders right there. It's
and
well
now
done.
he's looking to get back.
Still got to defend here. Still time left.
Yeah, Whitecaps have 3 minutes to try to make something happen. You see they look a little sluggish, but Sacramento, best option is just retain possession here. Octavio Guzman was great at just chewing up the clock. DeVries and Spencer Ritchie. And you know, you got to feel bad for Ritchie if this goes down to a loss for him. He has been fantastic tonight for the Whitecaps too. Coming up big time and time again, and just a penalty in the box is going to make it go from you picking up a draw to the very worst, and now it's gone to a loss.
Yeah, you look at those numbers, I'm sure the staff, his manager, know if there's a doubt or a debate on who's going to be their #1. I tell you what, Ritchie's probably going to be in goal in the next game. So because of his efforts tonight, so it's all not for none. But still, it's got to be a bit of a bitter pill to swallow there to know how well you played and only concede a penalty and concede off that penalty.
Glory and Amanda still fighting. Sacramento trying to hold on here. The Whitecaps too, not quite done yet. Be devastating to give up something late here. So Sacramento constantly talking along that back line, moving forward. Seymour picked up a yellow card early on. Here's Bustos now. Turn to the right side, Bevan. Bevan's got a clean shot on it across the face of goal, and Taryn Campbell just can't get to it. Kevin, that's exactly what we're talking about. A big opportunity for the Whitecaps, and Sacramento very lucky not to have conceded a goal.
Yeah, I think Sacramento's got to do better right there. You can't let that happen in the last couple of minutes. There's so much time that Vancouver had on the ball. Fortunate for them, there's no one crashing that back post.
I want to remind you, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. You can visit NikeSoccer.com for more information. Keeping it at play, Evan Newton looking for Blackwood. 2 Whitecap, 2 players going after it. That'll be Partain to watch it out of play. Here's Agui Caceres. Very active in that first 15 minutes of play. How do you see this team develop from week 1 and where they are today? What do you like about what you see from Republic?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've seen is just the character on the side where they've gone down, they've gotten some tough situations this year, and they fought back and were able to get results out of things where they, I think, years in the past they wouldn't have gotten results.
Tyler Blackwood, and Seymour pushes him off his line. Williams is trying to peel away to get something going on goal. Partain keeps the possession. And that is it. The whistle blows. Confetti flies to your Papa Murphy's Park from the fans. And Sacramento will pick up 3 points as they go on to win this one 1-0 on a penalty kick. Foul drawn by Tyler Blackwood, and it's the veteran Jeremy Hall who puts it home. And they take this one 1-0. All your full-time highlights, your stats coming up after the break.
Energy connects us to our communities, to each other. As your community-owned electric service, SMUD is committed to clean energy and technology that's good for the environment. That's why we're championing electric vehicles. We're providing a rebate and discounted charging rate when you purchase or lease a new plug-in electric vehicle. Let's connect energy, transportation, and our community. Learn more at smud.org/drive-electric.
Papa Murphy's Law of the F word. No, this F word. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means vegetables that start the day as whole vegetables. Cheese that's grated from a block, not poured from a bag. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, 'cause you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your bingo. Home bake a large barbecue chicken pizza featuring KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. Just $11. Papa Murphy's.
Come on. Come on, Squirt.
Whatever your financial goals are, a U.S. Bank Wealth Management Advisor can help make them a reality. Talk to one today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Charles and Kathleen's love story became complete when they fell in love with their dream home. 20 years later, while enjoying their well-deserved retirement, their mortgage suddenly became unaffordable due to medical expenses, and their nest egg quickly began to dwindle. That's when they found Keep Your Home California's Principal Reduction Program. It offers as much as $100,000 to help people with unaffordable monthly payments. After qualifying, Charles and Kathleen saved $300 a month, making sure their golden years stayed golden. To see if you qualify, visit keepyourhomecalifornia.org.
Wow.
Where all the walls echo with laughter, and every room has its own chat.
You've carried on your family's tradition. Let us help you prepare for your family's future. Financial guidance while you're mastering life. From Chase, so you can.
A collective sigh of relief here at Papa Murphy's Park tonight as Sacramento finally able to convert and score late in this one. It is Jeremy Hall who comes up big. Let's take a look at our full-time highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. Early on, Kevin, we saw it was Sacramento, a good chance. Just sent it right over the crossbar with the header.
Yeah, I think Sacramento started really well. He had a good combination play between Sammy Ochoa, Trevin Caesar, Wilson Nisha. I said Nisha getting on the end of a service. You see Sammy Ochoa playing the ball and Trevin Caesar trying to get his head on it, sails over the crossbar. But a good opening 15-20 minutes for Sacramento with a lot of chances.
And then how about Thomas Sander in Vancouver with a great look. Easily could have taken, would have changed a lead, would have changed the entire outlook of this match.
Yeah, absolutely. The dynamic of that game would have changed, flipped on its head, absolutely. But a good chance by Sander. And we said it before, he should have done better with it, in my opinion. A big guy like that is so good in the air. Fortunate for Sacramento, is unable to get the thing in the back of the net.
And then it would be Sacramento continuing to put pressure on Vancouver over the night. How were they able to do it?
I think just persistence right there. I mean, really, at the end of the day, I think they're pretty fortunate to get that penalty called in the box.
Before that, we had a lot of good chances for Sacramento, though, and they continued to become the assaulters.
Yeah, persistence for Sacramento. I think they did a really good job. Vancouver did a great job in that second half coming out and really putting the pressure on Sacramento, which changed the dynamic of this game and put the twisted the game on its head. And Sacramento's done a great job to stay persistent, and we're fortunate at the end of the game there to get that penalty called. And I think it's a well-deserved result for Sacramento. Would have been really disappointed if they would have come away with this with just 1 point.
Well, Tyler Blackwood able to break free a little bit. Saw great play from the midfield, combining with the strikers, and then draws a foul as soon as he crosses into the 18. Just a split of a moment, and it changed the entire game.
Yeah, and then once again, Jeremy Hall steps up and with a wonderful penalty, puts in that top corner. Calm as you like. Putting the Sacramento Republic up 1-0 with 10 minutes to play, and the rest is just a matter of Sacramento formality of killing that game out. And they did a pretty good job. And there's a bit of a scare there in the last minute or so, but still did a pretty good job of killing the game.
So Sacramento able to come away with 3 points. As let's take a look at our full-time stats now. As the Republic owned possession here tonight,
dominated.
More than 60%, and you felt like that number could have been higher even at times. And it gave them the opportunity. They didn't score an open field play where you felt like that was where it was going to get done tonight. They ended up getting a penalty kick instead. Either way, it's 3 points.
Yeah, sometimes you don't know where it's going to come from, but it came from the penalty tonight.
And let's take a look at our man of the match tonight. Our man of the match is brought to you by Papa Murphy's, and it is Jeremy Hall.
Yeah, clearly man of the match, scores the goal. I think he played pretty well in that holding midfielder role, spread the ball, sprayed it side to side, left to right, utilized all the players around him, made players around him better, and obviously got the goal, the winning goal here on the penalty kick.
All right, let's take a look at our Zoom image of the night as Augustine Caceres, and boy, did he look good early on in this match. He was very aggressive, gave the Republic a good couple of chances early on.
Yeah, he did a really good job early on. Just another typical performance for him as well, just steady Eddie.
Well, let's take a look coming up next Sunday, 2 o'clock. CW 31. We have a great match coming up for you. Don't go away. We appreciate you joining us here on this one. For everyone behind the scenes, for Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. Have a great night. The Republic win this one 1-0 against the Whitecaps 2 here at Papa Murphy's Park. So long, everybody. We'll see you in a week.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.